Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this upload, I'm going to talk you through a meditation technique that goes very deep, and you can use this as a method for the type of stillness and inner silence that Neville Goddard describes as making way for the hearing of the tones of the superconscious, in other words, hearing celestial sounds. Now, celestial sounds are distinct from hearing mental auditory sounds because these sounds are unrecognizable to us when we first hear them. They're almost eerily beautiful. At times I've heard singing, and I do remember a particular song that I heard a number of years ago, and that particular sound, that song has never left me and still has a powerful impact on me in a very meaningful way. So you might hear singing or other tones. You might hear the sound of a vibration at a particular frequency and lots of other different sounds. And these sounds, being celestial, are incredibly impactful for a variety of reasons. Now, I don't want to make what I'm going to describe to you feel so deeply esoteric that it alienates any listener. So I'm going to do my best to describe the method in a way that shows it to be quite everyday. It's really important that we recognize that these deeper spiritual truths are already a part of all of us, whether we come from a secular background or we come from a background that is amenable to these ideas. It really doesn't matter. It makes no difference to the fact that you are more than the person you observe in the mirror. You are a deeply, wonderfully rich, spiritual, super powerful being. And so having an experience like this, tuning into these superconscious tones, the celestial sounds, is a way to really remind yourself, really effortlessly, of these aspects of yourself. So when I refer to celestial sounds, I really am speaking about the communicable tones of the superconscious experience. So if you think about the fact that God is in action, always moving, infinite intelligence, consciousness, whatever you want to call it, you'll know, those of you who know me through my channel, know that I always talk in terms, absolute terms, about God. But this experience, this movement, this creation, this creativity, whatever it might be, this innovation, this inspiration, it has tones in addition to having language. And these are the sounds that I'm referring to. So when you tap in and you hear a single tone, a vibratory noise, a song, whatever it might be, that's just a really tiny aspect of the infiniteness of the experience that's available to all of us. So these are the tones that I'm talking about. And we're able to hear them when we are still enough and quiet enough to both silence our conscious minds and to disregard any physical environmental stimuli. So this type of deep relaxation, meditation or prayer will not only benefit your physical health because it reduces stress and makes room for restoration of good health and so on, but it also has the benefit of shoring up your confidence in your invisible world, or the spiritual world, if you want to call it that, which is really helpful, especially when we're going through particularly challenging situations. Sometimes when the going gets tough, it isn't always easy to have faith in powers that aren't observable in a Newtonian sense. So by building your confidence and your faith in the more powerful but unseen aspects of self, you become more accustomed and comfortable with manifesting solutions or favorable outcomes with absolute ease. And apart from all of that, it's a rather marvelous experience to have, and one that I highly recommend. I want to mention at this point that over the past few weeks, as I've been testing this particular meditation with some of the people that I ask to practice these techniques for me, the feedback that was almost unanimous was that the participants didn't want me to take them out of the meditative state, which was a little unusual to me at first. But through discussions, I was able to understand that what they were saying to me is that it's difficult to predict how long an individual would take to get deep enough to have the experience we're discussing here. And some testers said that they found it distracting, waiting for the moment that I was going to say, okay, and now you're going to breathe and come back to the surface and so on. So I want to make it really clear here that the meditation that I'm going to walk you through takes you into that deep state, but it doesn't bring you back. Once I ask you to fall, which we're going to come to later, you are going to take control of your experience. So please trust fully in your ability as God and your relationship to divinity and the divine context to then make the experience entirely your own. And then when you're ready, after you've derived whatever it is you want to derive from this experience, you bring yourself back to the physical world. And in doing this, you're really exercising all of the right faculties. It's important for you to build this kind of confidence in your ability to come out of states, even meditative states. Please don't worry about falling asleep or anything like that. You will be revived and you will be perfectly fine. What I will say is that you're going to need about 20 minutes to yourself to listen to this recording and make sure that you're hydrated and comfortable. And then you can decide whether you're going to sit down or lie down, sit in a comfortable chair with your arms supported, feet flat on the floor. Don't have your knees elevated in any way or your feet at any sort of angle. And it's nice if you're able to be barefoot. If that's not an option, of course, you should lie down. When you do lie down, make sure that your shoulders, your neck, and your head are supported but not elevated. So maybe a flat pillow or cushion or something like that, and make sure that you're as flat as you possibly can. But it's important that you are comfortable, that you're not too hot or warm. As I say, that you're hydrated, because one of the things that happens when you go into this deep state is that you get very, very dry. So you want to make sure that you're properly hydrated going in. And you may also want to have a notepad and pen to hand to record anything that's substantively different in your experience when you are back on the surface. So if you're thinking about what indicators confirm that you have achieved your objective, one of the things I've mentioned already, when you come back, your mouth will be very dry, your eyes might potentially be dry. So you will need to have something to drink, your palms will itch. And these are the sorts of symptoms that Neville describes as happening. I won't go into what causes that phenomena now, but these are some very good signs that you have achieved a deeper state of meditation. The other more significant indicator, I suppose, is the sound itself. And when you hear the celestial sounds that I'm talking about, they are going to sound as though they are external to you. So they will be coming from around you rather than from your own mental faculties. If you hear a single note or a vibratory noise, that sort of thing that you get with a tuning fork or whatever, that's perfectly fine. You might hear a song, you might hear chanting. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's all very beautiful. Remain still and listen until you feel that you want to move. At the point that you want to move, you're going to revive yourself. Don't force yourself to remain in this deep meditative state once you have broken that connection. It's always better to revive yourself and come back to this another time. You don't want to cause any stress or anxiety. And when you are reviving yourself, please remember to keep your eyes closed while you breathe in and out. Make the R sound, move your toes, your feet, your ankles, your fingers, your hands, your wrists, and allow sensation to build gradually in your body before you open your eyes. And that's to avoid causing a headache. So remember, the most significant indicator is the sound itself. You will hear it. Don't worry if it's not very loud to begin with. Just remember to revive yourself once you feel you want to move. And the other signal is the dryness of your mouth, potentially your eyes, your palms being dry and itchy as well. And you might feel a little bit, a little cool. Some people have reported feeling strangely cool. It's really very individual, all of these sorts of things, but those are the main indicators. So let's go into the meditation itself now. I want you to feel very, very excited and expectant, but completely open to whatever this initial run through gives to you. Nothing is wrong. You are taking a very important step in allowing yourself to trust in your divinity. Nothing is wrong. Anything you get from this initial run through is exactly as it needs to be. And you are, of course, free to go into this state whenever you want to. So we're going to start with breathing in and out through our mouths with your eyes open at this point. And make any adjustments you need to, get nice and comfy. And while you are breathing, even before you close your eyes, I want you to be aware of an expanse around you that has nothing to do with your physical environment. Become aware of this expanse. And become aware of the fact that it feels as though it wants to swallow you up. You may feel a little uneasy, but this is perfectly okay. And if you find yourself breathing a little more quickly, or that your heart rate has increased a little, that's perfectly okay. Just increase the depth of your breath and repeat mentally, this is okay. Allow these feelings to intensify, and when you're ready, slowly close your eyes. If you hear the sound of a rushing wind or anything like that, don't worry. Just allow these things to happen. It doesn't matter if you don't hear anything, but just allow yourself to be swallowed by the expanse. Keep breathing in through your nose now, as long as you can. Make sure it's comfortable. Take as deep a breath as you can through your nose and then out through your mouth as long as you can. Again, making sure it's comfortable. And gently smile. And now you can notice the expanse. And notice that the expanse is grey. It is moving and it is grey. And feel the soles of your feet or the lowest part of your body get heavy, and allow the heaviness to travel up your body, up through the lower part of your body, your legs and so on, up through your waist, up through your torso, and travel outward through the sides of your body, through your limbs, or just out to the side. And let the heaviness find your neck and throat, and let the heaviness find your face and all of the muscles in your face, up through your head and up and out through the top of your head. And if you feel any discomfort, reassure yourself as it arises that everything is okay. It's okay. It's okay. And focus on your breathing again. And notice now that you begin to feel an equilibrium and a uniformity of sensation in your body. And as you begin to feel balance, you may notice that the area of your left eye has become a circle of black space ringed with white. And if you don't experience this, it doesn't matter. This is just to reassure those who do experience this that this is perfectly okay too. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And when you are ready, I want you to fall into the expanse. Fall with me and go deeper. And with each descending number, counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fall. And my voice grows fainter as you go deeper. And the expanse is now an ocean that supports you on every side, and you breathe with ease. Fall deeper, with each descending number counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fall. You are now held in space, and my voice is growing fainter. Fall into the darkness. Fall. Fall. Goodbye.